Thanks. We're back from the break, and now, Donna, we're going to make my cornbread recipe. Now, Donna, I should have brought my grinder out to show you, but I'd already ground my cornmeal.
Wow.
And my whole wheat flour. And what I do is I take popcorn, not microwave popcorn,
right,
but just regular popcorn that hasn't been seasoned, and I get it from the field. Now, you can get, and that's what I did this time, I got where that fruit farm is I told you about, Chattooga, Abby. Hand me that so I can read it again. I always forget. And it's so beautiful. Chattooga Bella Farm. And that's with Mr. and Miss Land. And they are precious. And Sawyer works there, and he's precious. And I just wanted to tell you that I got my cornmeal from there this time. So I took their corn. He was making grits out of it, gave me some corn so I can do that, so you can also get that up there too. They grind their own grits, their own cornmeal, and their own corn flour. And I can do the cornmeal and the corn flour, but I think I probably need to do something else for the grits he's going to show me. But it's a beautiful place, y'all, and it's a wonderful place. It's a U-Pick place, and they have a store, and it's wonderful. Now, what I do for the cornbread is, I bought this at Cracker Barrel. You can also get it at Lodges, and it's got a finish on it now. It's not like it used to be. And then I pop this in the oven with a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of butter, and then I get it warm, and then I put my batter in. So, Donna, would you put that in the oven for me at 350? There we go. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Now, I've already made one cornbread here for you to see and try, but I wanted to tell you that one is made with skim organic milk. For people that have dairy problems, they can eat my muffins in here and my bread. My bread has no dairy in it. And you can also eat my pancakes, waffles, and cornbread by just replacing the dairy with water, and it tastes just as good, and it doesn't bother you at all. And I wanted to tell you too, I make, in the recipe book, I tell you how to make your dry beans by scratch. That's very easy to do. It's very inexpensive. It makes the meal very cheap. But you can also get organics. I get this from Bilo. Ingles has their own brand, but I really like this brand. And excuse me for clanging that on the pot there. And Donna, would you turn that on for us, please? And we're going to have pinto beans. I would put on medium. Now, the first thing we're going to do is dump in our cup of cornmeal. And I'll have the recipe on the website. Cup of whole wheat flour. This is my baking powder and my sea salt. And I use the Armour baking powder because it has no aluminum in it. And aluminum has a lot of problems for health and everything. And that's why I don't use any baking powder or anything with aluminum in it. I whisk that around. And then I have my egg. And I don't know where my egg went. Donna, I had it cracked in a bowl.
Here.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Hanging out in the behind us.
Okay. There we go. And then I do a cup of water. And in my recipe book, I do the olive oil and the honey. And I'm so short, y'all, I can't reach across this counter. But I buy this in Pickens, and you can buy it at a lot of vegetable stands. Kathy's has it. A lot of different people have it, and I use that. And I usually keep 2 or 3 at the house. Now I'm going to do 1/3 of a cup, 1/6 of a cup, half of this cup for my olive oil. And that gets it, like you did with your bowl there, it gets it so that it will let the honey fall out of that easy. The first time I started cooking with honey, I could never get honey out of the measuring cup, and then somebody told me you need to, which I should have thought about that. I felt kind of stupid afterwards. That now, if you wanted a little bit sweeter, you can do 1/2 cup of honey. Sometimes I'll do 1/4 of a cup of honey and 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar or raw sugar. And sometimes I sprinkle part of that sugar, the raw or the brown, on the top before I bake it. And it's like a dessert almost. And with butter, it's really good.
Wonderful.
So I like to experiment with my cornbread. And I love cornbread. Now let me tell you what's so easy about cornbread after you make it. You can crumble it up, stick it in a freezer bag, put it in your freezer, and it's all ready to go into dressings. Or you can also, I had a wonderful Mexican cold salad, and it had sour cream and tomatoes and everything on top, you know, and on top they had crumbled cornbread, and it was delicious.
You know, I make a layered salad. I'll put the cornbread in the bottom and layer our fresh versatile veggies on top.
Oh, do you really?
And put a little bit of buttermilk dressing on top of that and just relayer. I put fresh corn, our tomatoes, our celery and onion just in layers, and then I top it off with of course, the buttermilk dressing, and then I put crumbled turkey bacon on top and some of our fresh parsley. It is put in a trifle bowl. It's not only beautiful, but it's very tasty.
Good. I tell you what, why don't you come back and do that for us?
I would love to.
We would love that.
Thank you.
I have a trifle one I do too, so why don't we do both for us?
We'll do it.
That would be great.
Thank you. And I want to tell you, thank you for your support for local farmers. That means a lot. Thank you so much.
I don't know if I know you knew this, but I don't know if I've said this, and the people that know my husband knew he was an economics teacher, and he was real big on us buying American products and also supporting people right in our state. That everybody should support the people that have, you know, places in their state to keep them in business.
Well, you know, talking about farm products, you know where they come from. If they're right in your state,
that's right.
You know that you know where they come from. You can go and visit. You can.
That's right.
It's just the connectivity there
is wonderful, and for kids, it's really wonderful. And that's what's so wonderful about y'all, you know, Rawls, and that was so beautiful. But also for this farm too, Bella, up at Chattooga. It's right near. It's right outside of Westminster. And it's just a really fun drive for families. If you don't do a lot of vacationing in the summer, take your kids up there.
Yes.
Have a family picnic, and they have some things you can do. And I thought it was the most beautiful place I've ever seen. I've been to Colorado, and I thought it was. I mean, it is really just beautiful. And so, let me tell you about the corn. When you grind your wheat, it's like it's a healthy, live enzyme. It will bubble up as if I had yeast in here, and there's no yeast. And it will, the longer I let it sit here, it will bubble more and more and more, and it will get thicker, and that's because it's a live food. And what I want to teach people is to eat live foods. The more live foods we eat, the healthier we are. And now what I'm going to do, let's get this out of the oven. That's a great idea. Thank you, Donna. And I believe these are about ready. Get out of your way. Thank you. And I'm going to take that for you. Here we go. Now you just run your olive oil and your butter, just a little bit on the sides and around the bottom. And you don't have to do it not to stick. It's just so nice because it tastes better when it browns up. So let's just put that in there. This is a Lodge pan, and I really love it because it's not like the ones I got when I got first married, and they would rust on you. Remember that, Donna?
I remember
these are treated, so it's wonderful.
And it's great to be able to get a treated iron cast skillet now. Like you say, I can remember the ones that my mom had, and they would rust on you.
They did.
This
and
is just
my mom
great.
didn't have any because she wasn't from the South, and I don't know if anybody, you know, where she was in the Midwest used them or not, but Tom's mom had them, and then somebody down in Sumter gave us a set, and they did rust. I didn't know what to do with them when they rusted, but anyway, this is real easy, and I love how it makes my cornbread taste. You could do the same batter for corn muffins, and it's still just as good. And then let's pop that in the oven. And you can see already how this looks. Thank you, Donna. We're going to cut this and show you. Now, there's a lot of things you can do with cornbread besides just eat it. Right, Donna?
That is right. And if I would make a... Would you mind if I would make a suggestion?
Oh, I'd love for you to make suggestions.
You might want to put some pico de gallo in there. Oh, in the batter.
In the batter, so you'd have Mexican cornbread.
Yes.
Oh, that would be, how much would you put in?
I would think for that size cornbread, you would maybe use either one of our 7-ounce containers or either half of a 16-ounce container. And it's so good,
Wouldn't
you want to enjoy the rest, like you said, with corn
that
chips.
Would be wonderful, you know, because we'll do taco salad sometime. Wouldn't that be great to have cornbread? And you could do that in the muffin cornbread.
That's right.
Yeah.
That would be a natural, with the pinto beans and everything.
Okay, that would. The peaches right now are in, and they're wonderful. So what I do, the skin is very important, especially when you're getting at something like I got from the Chattooga farm that's so wonderful. And I think they're putting the phone number up for it. Y'all, like with Rawls and this farm, You can eat the skins on stuff because it hasn't been treated with lots of chemicals, and that's what I love. And the skins have so much health nutrition to it. So I just do it like this, Donna, and then I don't have to worry about the seed. And then I just pull the pieces apart, and they make a real pretty thing on your plate there.
Mary Beth, you are so creative.
Oh, no, I watch people like you all the time. That's what I did.
Well, thank you very much.
And here we go.
That means a lot. Thank you.
And there, see how easy it comes off?
Right.
Now sometimes it's not easy, y'all, but right now it is.
And those are freestone peaches, which means they pull away from the pit.
It's so good.
The clingstone are a little bit more difficult, but the freestone that we're in now
is wonderful in
yes.
this. And the other thing, let me tell you, if you didn't hear before, peaches have the same nutrient value as spinach. So if you can't get your kids to eat Popeye spinach, then you can feed them a peach. Isn't that wonderful? And it's perfect season. We'll be right back. Thank you.